the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Welcome, dirt racing fans here from all across the globe. Tonight, the United States Midget Association right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I'll be your host here tonight. I'm Roger Muth here on the mics here like normal here for the United States Midget Association. And tonight, we got one heck of a race in store here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. The final race of the season. It has all come down to this between two drivers to duke it out here for the championship. Kyle Surratt is your points leader coming into the night by 6 points over Leighton Kramer. What a battle these two have been throwing down all year long. Haymakers, little jabs, and drop kicks all around the place. Kyle Surratt comes in with that 6-point lead, 1 win, and 7 top 5s here. Leighton Kramer is the second man in points with 3 wins, but only 5 top 5s. That's the difference between the two in the stats. Bonus points, the edge goes to Leighton Kramer. Leighton Kramer comes into tonight with 8 bonus points and only 2 bonus points for Kyle Surratt. So we're going to keep an eye on the bonus point situation here tonight from the dirt track here at Charlotte and see who walks away being the Season 1 champion here for the United States Midget Association. So with just about over 2 minutes left here before we head into qualifying, you see the countdown for qualifying right there, just over 2 minutes. Let's take a quick look here at our running order here in practice session. Brent Hobson right now has the quick time out there with a 15.718. Hunter Conley, always quick in qualifying, just always seems to step on himself somewhere along the line. Sitting there in third is the number 12 of Trey Schmidt. Kyle Surratt coming into tonight as your points leader finds himself 4th fastest here on practice. Anthony Marvuglio coming on strong, having a good back-to-back runs here in the last 2 weeks as he's 5th on the speed charts. Leighton Kramer, the man who's 2nd, trying to hunt down Kyle Surratt, is 6th. Nicholas McGeethy making an appearance here from the Charlotte Dirt Track for the season finale. He's 7th on the boards. Chris Brown is 8th. Brandon Igo is 9th. And Jason Shank rounds out the top 10 here. So that is your top 10 running order right now. Let's see if we can work through a couple sponsors here for the final race of the season. Shank Designs being your premier sponsor here. Anybody need a design, head over to Shank Designs on Facebook. They can paint you up a car here on iRacer. Or maybe you need a logo like what you see up in the upper left-hand corner. Head on over to Shank Designs to get all your design work done. Carson's Custom Bait, going fishing for the weekend? Head over to Carson's Custom Baits on Facebook. Talk to Carson himself, and he can get you hooked up with any kind of fly fish, any kind of little majigger that you need. JPA Masonry and Concrete coming on board. The company based out of the Northeast, right around the Pocono area in Pennsylvania. They do more than just masonry and concrete. You need some kind of heavy hauling done? Call JPA, and they can get you anywhere you need. How about theben.com, your mom's favorite website? What a I'm going to say just a strange website it is, but head on over to theben.com, your mom's favorite website, and see what you can see over there. Sim Necessities coming on board here at the end of the season for the United States Midget Association. You need a button box? Head over to Sim Necessities on Facebook. Talk to Mac Robelny. You see him out on track here. You see the little pink car there in the background. Sim Necessities has all your button box needs. As you see the practice time, we're going to wind down here. We're going to head into single car qualifying here in just a moment here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. So as you see the checkered flag there, now you see qualifying is underway here. Going to see who some of our first guys out on track are going to be. It looks like, I believe that's going to be the 01 of Hunter Conley as he comes to the track first here. Sim Necessities driver 01 Hunter Conley, residing out of the Pennsylvania area. Going to see how he can do here in qualifying for the final time this year. See Hunter Conley really down towards the bottom, slides through the middle, slides up through the corner, exits on the high side coming off turn number 2. Let's see where Hunter Conley is. He does slot number 1, obviously, for right now, but 16.212 seconds for Hunter Conley. He's the only one that has a time in. Nicholas McGeethy comes across the board right there in the 73. He goes second quickest with a 16.58. Chris Brown in the pink number 1 in action. He goes third quickest out of the 3. And then Jeremy Hobson, Jason Shank. How about Shank going second on the board in the number 2? He's quickly removed with Anthony Marvuglio takes over that second spot in that pink number 238 Snap-on machine. Here's one of your championship contenders, Leighton Kramer, out here trying to see if he can set down a quick time here in qualifying, see if he can get himself a good starting spot in his heat race coming up. Trey Schmidt takes the number 12, though, to the top of the board for those boys over at the FRM Motorsports. Leighton Kramer, Kyle Surratt, both them out on track. Leighton Kramer going to go third quickest on his first timed lap. Let's see where Kyle Surratt's going to slide in. He's going to come off turn number 4 here to put his first time on the board. Kyle Surratt straight to the top of the board with a 16.171, so he has the new quick time here in qualifying. So right now, Kyle Surratt has the 13 at the top of the board as he hits the tire barrier there. How about this man out here in the number 4, the white and green number 4, that is Matt Grobelny, trying to put in a quick time. Glenn Reiner is out there in that number 19 machine. He goes 5th quickest on the speed charts here in qualifying. Just a handful of drivers like that man right there in the number 4 Salt Flat Racing car. He needs to put down a quick time here. Matt Grobelny residing out of the New Jersey area. No time in just yet for Matt Grobelny. He's going to be looking this time. You see the wheels on the front of that car coming off as there's a big hump getting down into turn number 3. A little bit of a whoop section back there. Matt Grobelny going to come across the line here for his first time lap. He's going to go 10th on the speed charts with a 16.342. That's not going to do it for the quick time. Let's see how he does as he throws it down, finds the Ute tire down there, and turns the number 4 around, and on his lid he's going to go. So now that puts 13 drivers have taken a qualifying attempt here from the Charlotte dirt track. It's going to leave, looks like, Brent Hobson and Hunter Marvel as 2 drivers who have not taken a qualifying attempt. So with just over a minute left here, doesn't look like anybody else is going to come out here and attempt a qualifying run. So Kyle Surratt, Trey Schmidt going to have the 2 quick times. They're starting the front row of their heat race. Hunter Conley, Leighton Kramer, there's 3rd and 4th. Glenn Reiner with the 5th quickest time in qualifying. Anthony Marvuglio has the 6th quickest time. Brandon Igo is 7th. How about Jason Shank in 8th? Jeremy Hobson in 9th. Matt Grobelny 10th. Nicholas McGeethy has the 11th quickest time. Doug Ungari, after battling computer issues all evening long, he's going to go 12th on the board. Chris Brown is 13th. Hunter Marvel 14th. And Brent Hobson is 15th. As there you see, it looks like we're going to head to our first heat race here tonight. 8 drivers to take to the track here. 4 going to advance to straight to the A main, but I believe everybody's going to advance straight to your A main. Top 20 lock in. I don't believe we had 20 in the lobby here for our qualifying session. Got a couple heavy hitters here in heat race number 1 for the USMA. 8 laps going to be the distance. Here's your JPA Masonry and Concrete starting lineup for heat race number 1. There is Kyle Surratt going to start P1. Hunter Conley in the 01 going to start 2nd. 3rd going to be Glenn Reiner there in the number 19. 45 of Brandon Igo going to roll off in the 4th spot. 5th going to be the 378 of Jeremy Hobson. Nicholas McGeethy going to start 6th. 7th going to go to Chris Brown in the number 1. And rounding out this first heat race here going to be the 181 of Brent Hobson. So another pace lap here before we let the little cars turn loose for the final time in the season. We're going to go heat race number 1 racing when we come around next time. Kyle Surratt going to lead us to green. There you see the iRacing pace truck down and away. Now it's just going to be in the hands of the Sim Necessities driver to the outside. And Kyle Surratt, top 4 guys, going to advance straight to your A main event. And there they are. We're going to go green flag racing. Side by side heat race number 1 action. It looks like Chris Brown might have had a little bit of an issue there. Right now, though, it's Hunter Conley that is on the loud pedal to the outside as he's going to come off turn 4 with the lead for the first time. Battle was on there. Brandon Igo is up and over in the 45 machine. So your top 3 right now going to be Hunter Conley, Kyle Surratt, Glenn Reiner, Nicholas McGeethy in your final transfer spot. Jeremy Hobson is 5th, and Chris Brown, a little off the pace it seems. He is in your 6th spot. Brandon Igo, after taking a little bit of a tumble, look at the front end of that little midget. All tore off the front end, but Brandon Igo still out there with the pedal to the metal, and he's trying to bring the Top Gun 45 car back into the action. Out front all by himself. It's kind of the same song and dance we've seen all year. Hunter Conley able to qualify good, able to run in the heat race good, but when it comes time to not stepping on his foot, well, we're going to have to see how that actually turns out here tonight. So 4 laps to go here in heat race number 1, and the battle is on here. Look at Glenn Reiner. He's going to throw a slider on Kyle Surratt. Surratt's going to cross him over off 2. Surratt to the inside. Here comes McGeethy there in the 73. He tried to throw it in there and join the battle here for the 2nd spot. So it's a 3-car battle with 3 laps to go here from the Charlotte dirt track here for heat race number 1. Right now it's Hunter Conley, Reiner, then it's Surratt and McGeethy. McGeethy battling right here to try and take the outside lane around Kyle Surratt for the third spot. Looks like the outside lane might be coming in here. One lap to go here. Hunter Conley and the Sim Necessities 01 machine running away with the show here in your first heat race. Coming off for heat race number 1, going to go to Hunter Conley. Then it looks like the 19 Hero of Ryder going to finish second. McGeefy third. Kyle Surratt fourth. Hobson going to come home fifth. Chris Brown in sixth. And then it's going to be Brandon Igo. That'll do it for our first heat race. It looks like another 7 drivers going to grid up here for heat race number 2. Looks like 7 drivers scheduled to take to the grid here, but only 6 of them gonna grid up because it looks like Hunter Marvel not in the lobby right now. So your JPA Masonry and Concrete starting lineup for heat race number 2 going to go like this. The number 12 of Trey Schmidt going to lead us to green. Right outside him, though, going to be the 18 of Leighton Kramer. Right behind them going to be the 238 of Anthony Marvuglio. And the number 2 of Jason Shank in fourth. Fifth going to go to the number 4 of Matt Grobelny. And then shocking Doug Ungari. And the 00 going to start shotgun to the field here. There's your 6-car heat race number 2 starting lineup. Hunter Marvel not going to take to the grid here for heat race number 2. iRacing Pace Truck about to duck in. There goes the iRacing Pace Truck. I'm going to go heat race racing number 2. And there it is. Trey Schmidt going to lead us to green. He gets a great start over Leighton Kramer. Kramer falls in for second. Anthony Marvuglio still holding on to the third spot. Jason Shank in fourth. Matt Grobelny fifth. Doug Ungari in your sixth spot. These guys have already started to spread themselves out, running single file. Nobody tried to make any kind of moves right now. Leighton Kramer trying to bring that number 18, though, back to the dance from the inside. Not going to be able to catch Trey Schmidt. Schmidt is on the hot pedal. Everybody is still single file, and they're actually quite spread out. Everybody pretty much the equal distance to each other. Doug Ungari being the farthest back, trying to find some speed in the 00. Ungari having some computer issues, not able to get into the lobby right away, so might not have the setup on the 00 quite up to his liking, but he's out here still motoring around. Still going to be Trey Schmidt, this time at the line. 4 laps to go in your heat race number 2. Schmidt still out front, has about 0.7 second gap back to that man there of Leighton Kramer. Anthony Marvuglio in third. Jason Shank hanging on to the final transfer position, but how about Matt Grobelny? He has now caught up to the number 2 of Jason Shank. So that white and green number 4 trying to see if he can sneak in here and get past Jason Shank and take back the final transfer spot. Shank going to go high. It looks like Grobelny going to be able to squeak to the inside, but Shank going to fight back down the straightaway with the momentum. High line brings the momentum. Matt Grobelny going to throw the slider to the top. Can Jason Shank cross him over off turn 2? There goes side by side down the backstretch into turn 3. Now Shank throws the slider. Grobelny's going to cut to the inside. Throwing sliders back and forth here in the final heat race. Looks like Matt Grobelny going to take the position, but coming now to turns 3 and 4 this time by in the number 12 machine. Trey Schmidt going to see the checkered flag here for heat race number 2, so he'll be your heat race winner, followed by Leighton Kramer. Anthony Marvuglio going to come home third. Matt Grobelny fourth. Jason Shank fourth. Matt Grobelny fifth. So as your warm-up session's about to start here, we're going to step away for just a little bit. We'll be back here to bring you the A main event here from the Charlotte Dirt Track for the United States Midget Association right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Charlotte Dirt Track, and I was just passed into my hand the JPA Back Row Challenge. Hunter Conley and Trey Schmidt gonna give up their front row starting spots here for your A main. They're gonna go to the back of the field here one last time to see if they can become $40 richer here tonight. The JPA Masonry and Concrete Back Row Challenge has started to grow every week this season as guys like Hunter Conley, Craig Schwartz, Trey Schmidt, Nicholas McGeethy, they have all tried to drop to the back of the field and come through to win the JPA Challenge. Unfortunately, none of those drivers been able to all season claim that, so $5 every week has gone into the pot, and now it's at its largest growth of the season for the finale here, and it's $40. So $40 in iRacing credits could be going to either Hunter Conley or Trey Schmidt by the end of the night here. We're going to find out as we got 30 seconds left here in our warm-up session before we head over to the A main event here for the season finale. Remember, two drivers going to battle it out here. Kyle Surratt has the points lead. Leighton Kramer is second. Only a 6-point difference between those two drivers. We're going to see how it all shakes up here for the United States Midget Association here for the Season 1 finale. We do thank everybody for tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I see quite a few people tuning in. Skittles is out there. Chris Lagoo, Charles himself from VRN. Also, I see it looks like the Extreme Sim TV also tuning in here tonight to watch the United States Midget Association. It's going to be a wild one, so buckle up, race fans. As you see, the checkered flag is already waved here for the warm-up session. Now we're going to grid it to the feature event. There you see the iRacing pace truck just appear out of nowhere onto our screen. And now it's going to be time for these little guys to grid up. So one final time, they're going to start to grid here. Well, let's take you through your JPA Masonry and Concrete starting lineup for the final time this season. Starting out front, who will go to the back, the 01 of Hunter Conley. How about Trey Schmidt in the 12? He'll give up the outside spot. He'll go tag the rear of the field also. Glenn Reinert will start third in the 19 machine. Leighton Kramer in the 18 will start fourth. Fifth will go to the 73 of Nicholas McGeethy. Anthony Marvuglio has the best starting spot of the year. He'll start there in sixth. Seventh going to go to Kyle Surratt in the 13. Jason Shank, the number 2, going to start 8th. Ninth position going to go to the 378 of Jeremy Hobson. And the number 4 of Matt Grill-Belney going to start 10th. 11th going to go to Chris Brown in the number 1 machine. And how about the 00, Doug Ungari, starting in your 12th starting spot. 13th starting spot going to go to the 45 of Brandon Igo. Had some rough patches of late. Maybe he can turn it around here at the Charlotte Dirt Track. Hunter Marvel scheduled to start in your 14th spot. I do not believe Hunter going to take the green flag here. And rounding out your field, going to be the 181 of Brent Hobson. So 50 laps scheduled to be the distance here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. Working on our second pace lap before we turn it green flag racing. There's the iRacing pace truck down and away. So it's going to be the 19 here of Glenn Reiner starting us off here for our feature event. And there is that green flag. We're going to go green flag racing for the feature event here from Charlotte. Look at these guys all spread out. Hunter Conley trying to come up through the field real quick towards the back of it. Looks like a little contact for him, but almost 3 wide racing here towards the front. Nicholas McGeethy going to turn it in real hard into the corner. McGeethy going to go around. McGeethy on lap number 1, coming out of turn number 4, going to bring our first yellow of the evening. Top Gun driver 73, Nicholas McGeethy. Looks like he went to get back to the throttle just a little bit early, a little bit antsy in the 50 lapper. Let's go back there. You see the 73 of McGeethy down to the inside, the blue rails, black Top Gun car. Keep an eye on it. Looks like he just drifts up and catches the left rear there of Leighton Kramer. Matt Grobelny got a little bit of a piece of that, along with Anthony Marvuglio. So that'll bring out the first yellow here of the night. So a rough start for a handful of these guys, but right now, looks like everybody's still out there on track. These guys do have one quick repair left in the bank here for the feature event tonight. So if something goes wrong here, like you just saw, possibly for Nicholas McGeethy, might have had to come down pit road, as I don't believe he did. We do not see anybody down pit road other than Anthony Marvuglio. He is down pit road right now trying to get that number 238 repaired and back out on track, as I believe he's coming back out on track right now, so he'll be able to catch the tail of the field. Lights on the iRacing pace truck are off as you see the iRacing Silverado making the left-hand turn down the pit lane on the backstretch there. So we're going to hang them high and wide here once again for the feature event here from Charlotte. On lap number 5, we're going to go back green flag racing. There it is. Glenn Reiner going to get a great start. Now it looks like possibly Macro Belney towards the back. Didn't get such a great start in the number 4 as he was off the pace to the inside. But back up front, it's still going to be Reiner out front. Kramer there in second, Surratt third. Oh, Glenn looks like he might have stepped on himself there for a moment. Almost jumped the cushion going through turns 3 and 4. He keeps it wound to the pedal, though, and wound up. Some good racing towards the back here. It looks like Trey Schmidt starting to make moves and come back through the field. Trey Schmidt down there in the black and green FRM sponsored machine down running the bottom. There's Kyle Surratt. Surratt not having the night he wants. He's running about mid-pack in that number 13 car, the purple car to the inside there with the orange rails. Look at Doug Ungari trying to squeeze it. Looked like Brandon Igo up to the top. Igo went right around him as Ungari's into the fence. Ungari's up and over in the car. The Top Gun driver of Doug Ungari going to bring out the second yellow flag here for the feature event on lap number 8. You saw him. Looks like he might have just touched the right rear against the wall, and around it went. Let's go back. You see Doug Ungari riding the high line there. There's Brandon Igo. Igo slides up. This is where Igo rips the top and gets around him. Let's see on the front stretch. It looks like Ungari just maybe caught a rut, and the car went to the right into the outside fence. Around goes Doug Ungari. You see he is going to come down pit road, though, so a single car incident here on lap number 8. Going to throw us to our second caution flag of the night. An overhead view here of the Charlotte dirt track. The 1.5 mile race. Read it up here into the chat. You guys are a hoot out there. But over there to the upper left behind the Turn 3 Racing Network logo would be the Charlotte Oval, the 1.5 mile track where NASCAR heads twice a year. Actually, 3 times I believe it is anymore that they head over there, but that's not where we're racing. We're playing in the dirt here tonight from this little 0.39 tenths of a mile dirt track. And right now, 10 laps are in the books here for the feature event as the lights on the iRacing pace truck gonna go out. And Glenn gonna lead us back to green flag racing here on lap number 12. It's Glenn Reinert, Leighton Kramer, Jeremy Hobson. How about Hunter Conley? He's all the way up to the 4th spot already. Chris Brown is 5th. Kyle Surratt 6th. Matt Grobelny 7th. Trey Schmidt 8th. Brandon Igo 9th. And Jason Shank rounds out the top 10. As the pace truck's down and away, we'll go green flag racing right here. Then they're back to the loud pedal. As they come back to the loud pedal, it looks like Glenn going to get away good. Leighton's going to get away. Same with Hobson. And then Hunter Conley's hanging right there. Chris Brown still ripping the outside lane. How about Kyle Surratt? He's had the inside lane worked out for him in the number 13 machine. He's going to slide up through the center of the corner. How about Jeremy Hobson, though? He's up in front of this group. He's having a great night at the front. Another man coming to the front. Oh, Matt Grobelny going to make contact with Chris Brown, Brandon Igo. And it's on like Donkey Kong. Chris Brown is on his lid in the number 1. That is not what Chris Brown wanted to see here. You know, Chris Brown, one of the drivers out there that are driving in the VR headset. I'm sure that was a wicked ride for Chris Brown. Let's go back and just take a peek at this and see what actually happened. He's battling with the number 4 here of Matt Grobelny. Look how close they were off turn number 4 to touching wheels. Matt Grobelny, it looks like he possibly went into the corner, got off the throttle, and the 4 just went around. Chris Brown nowhere to go, and then it looked like the number 2 of Jason Shank and Brandon Igo in the 45 also getting involved there. Let's wind this back just a little bit here and see if we can jump on board with Chris Brown. This is Chris Brown's on board. As you saw, nowhere for Chris Brown to go in the 45 as he has retired, or in the number 1. Chris Brown has retired that number 1 machine. He has left the track. He will be back next season to see if he can try his hand a little bit better at the Dirt Midgets. So coming to complete lap number 15 out of your 50-lap scheduled A main event. Our lights on the iRacing pace truck are off. We're going to go back green flag racing here on lap number 17. Line them up, knock them down. Laps are falling off the board. Reiner going to take us back here to green flag racing with Kramer, Hobson, Conley, and Surratt, your top 5. And there it is. Green flag's in the air. Reiner going to get away. Kramer's good too. The battle's on here with Trey Schmidt trying to get around. Actually, that's Kyle Surratt and Trey Schmidt battling it out for the 5th and 6th position. or Schmidt going to go to the inside here in turn 3 to see if he can work around Surratt on the outside. And look at Hunter Conley. He's doing the same thing. He's going to try and slide Jeremy Hobson. Not going to be able to get up in front of him as Hobson lifts that left front tire to tire down the back. Hunter Conley going to go back to the inside. Jeremy Hobson going to rip the high lane. Looks like Hunter Conley's going to take the spot. Now, can he defend from Jeremy Hobson? Hobson going to throw it to the inside lane. He's going to lose a lot of momentum, so it's going to be Hunter Conley. Oh, boy, Hunter Conley also up into the slick there on the berm. And that's going to allow Hobson to still continue side by side. Surratt's right behind them going, boys, figure it out. I want to come too. Right now, Hunter Conley looks like he has a little bit quicker of a line on the outside. It looks like he will take the third position and secure that. Now it's Kyle Surratt's chance to take away the fourth spot on the high lane. He takes away the fourth spot, but Hunter Conley slips. Here comes Hobson back on the inside. Things changing on the track for these drivers. 1 second, the bottom lane has a little more moisture. Then it's the top lane. These guys are starting to single file out. There's Trey Schmidt. He's coming up to the top here. He runs right now in your 6th spot. Oh, there's the iRacing pace truck out once again. I'm not quite sure where this one happened. It might have involved the number 4 here of Macro Belney as he is well off the pace. Let's rewind her back and see if it was number 4 of Macro Belney out there on track. Ah, yes, one of those Ute tires down there on the bottom. Number 4 Macro Belney gonna clip it. That's going to bring out another yellow here on lap 23, just shy of the halfway point. So Belney going to be down pit road in the number 4. He'll take the quick repair and he'll catch the tail end of this running field. Well, we do thank everybody for tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the United States Midget Association and the season finale here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. It's been a long road to hoe for these guys all year. Early in the year, gathering 30-plus cars for each event. Towards the end of it, now we're down here to 15 drivers who have joined for the season finale. A lot of drivers not wanting to get involved here between the championship contenders of Kyle Surratt and Leighton Kramer, so we know they're out there watching here on our YouTube page. We do welcome you guys to join us in chat. Got a couple guys out there, but the iRacing pace truck's about to duck in, which means one thing. It's about time to line them up, knock them down. Glenn Reinert gonna lead us back to green, and there it is. He's back to the loud pedal on lap 25. Look at them all head down into turn 1. There you see everybody spread out. Leighton Kramer to the inside here on Hunter Conley. Conley trying to make it to the front. He's got the JPA back road challenge in hand, and he's finally in a position where he can just see the credits. He can see it as he's going to try and diamond the corner and get a great run down the backstretch. Look at him come off turn 2. Is he side by side as he enters into 3? He's going to slide Leighton Kramer. Leighton Kramer, though, going to battle back and try and cross him over down the front. That's going to put Leighton Kramer in the position to throw the slider. Not enough room for Leighton Kramer, but he will, just make it up in front of Hunter Conley. They make contact. Leighton Kramer trying to gather it up. Caution flag out on the track. The number 2, Jason Shank, looks like he's been in a little bit of a scuffle out there on track. So here on lap 28, we're going to go yellow flag once again. Let's wind her back. Jason Shank was running up there in about the 7th position at the time of incident here. Oh, I believe something happened to Hobson. And then Brandon Igo into the back of the number 2, and then Doug Ungari also into the back of Jason Shank. Let's wind her back a little bit. Let's go on board here with Doug Ungari. There you see it all happen in front of Doug Ungari as he was trying to get a handle on that number 00. Unfortunately, not able to. A couple guys like Jason Shank, Brandon Igo, Jeremy Hobson also involved in that one. So coming under caution here in the feature event to complete lap 29. Still out front leading the way, the 19 of Glenn Reiner. Leighton Kramer still second. Hunter Conley's worked his way up to third from the back of the row, or back of the pack. Kyle Surratt is fourth. Trey Schmidt is fifth. Nicholas McGeethy is sixth. Matt Grobelny seventh. Jeremy Hobson eighth. Doug Ungari ninth. Brandon Igo rounds out your top 10. As there's the pace truck, so we're going to go back. Green flag racing here on lap number 31 as they rip the high lane here and dive it way down to the bottom here. Green flag's in the air. So everybody looks to be down and away. Here comes Kyle Surratt. He's going to try and slide up in front of Trey Schmidt. He's going to find the hole there. So he's back to his fourth spot. Hunter Conley still right in front of this group. See them all still starting to lift that left front when they hit that bump before turn number 3. Bumps of plenty out there. Oh, as I believe that's Nicholas McGeethy in the 30, or the 73 has gone up and over in that Top Gun 73. We're going to have to rewind it back another time here. Let's see what happened to Nicholas McGeethy. Let's go from above here in the chopper. Nicholas McGeethy right there in the Top Gun 73 machine. Did something happen in front of him? We don't know. We're going to tell you right now. Oh, it looks like he went up on the cushion. Something went wrong. He tried to save it, and he's cartwheeling in the corner. Nicholas McGeethy going to bring out the caution here with 18 laps to go. Let's rewind it back just a little bit farther for you. See if we can go on board here with McGeethy. What a ride Nicholas McGeethy just took there in the 73, as that was your Sim Necessities onboard camera view from the 73's cockpit. So Nicholas McGeethy going to tag the rear of the field here. His car is still able to drive under its own power. We're going to come by this time. We're going to get 15 laps to go in the A main. Once again, we do thank everybody for tuning in here to watch the United States Midget Association right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we hope the racing when we've been green has been good here tonight, as we're going to line them up and do it once again. Glenn going to lead us back to green flag. Kramer still sitting there second. Conley still third. And Surratt's fourth. Look at Surratt. He kind of judged it just right, trying to go to the inside. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to complete a pass, though. Somebody's up and over into that wall. I believe that might be, oh boy, was that Trey Schmidt. Trey Schmidt has taken the tumble in the number 12. So Trey Schmidt going to take the tow. That's going to take him out of the contention. Let's go back over top here and watch it from the chopper. You're watching for the number 12 there, the green and black FRM Racing number 12 of Schmidt. Looks like just getting a little high there on the cushion, and up and over it went for Trey Schmidt. There you see him back in pit road, so he towed it back to pit road. Trey Schmidt still sitting in the car, trying to get back to the pit road as fast as he can from the wrecker, so he can try and get back out here. Nicholas McGeethy, who runs in your 9th spot, you saw him there, trying to wiggle the car back and forth, see if it's still got any turn left in it. Lights on that iRacing pace truck still on, so we're going to go around for at least one more circuit here. Looks like we should take the green flag with 10 laps to go. Remember, Kyle Surratt, your points leader coming into tonight, right now runs in 4th. Leighton Kramer, who came in 6 points back, runs right now in the 2nd position. Leighton trying to do everything he can. One final time, see if we can go green flag racing here for the final 10 laps of this one here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. Jeremy Hobson tried the inside lane there. It looked like he lost all momentum, maybe just too much of a lift for the driver of that 378 machine. Checking back towards the back of the field. Here comes Mac Robelny. He's trying to rebound from that early spin. Right now runs in that 6th spot. The battle's on, though, here for the front spot. Reinert has it. Kramer wants it. Conley can smell it. He can see it. Just question is, with 8 laps to go, can he get there? Leighton Kramer, though, trying to do everything he also can do for himself, being 6 points back with Kyle Surratt running right back there, just 1 spot back. Might not be enough here to close out the season. 7 laps to go here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. Here comes the 01. Hunter Conley going to throw a slider on Leighton Kramer. Kramer going to fight back on the inside. He's going to cross him over and take the spot right back. Now can Kramer slide up in front of Hunter Conley? He will slide up in front of Conley. Conley, though, going to cross him back over. Just going to throw crossovers and sliders here to finish this one out. Conley has the position. He holds the middle groove, so Kramer can't slide underneath him to come back at him. Down into turn 1, though. Now Hunter Conley going to slide right up in front of Leighton Kramer and take his line away. So now put Hunter Conley there in 2nd. The question is, with 5 laps to go, we're going to see 4 laps to go this time by at the line. Can Hunter Conley run down Glenn Reiner? He can see him. Right now it's a 2nd difference between these guys. With 4 laps, it's going to be one heck of a feat to try and catch back up. Now your points championship 2 contenders are going to be running 3rd and 4th here. Leighton Kramer ripping the high lane up there, trying to find as much moisture as he can. Going to lose a little ground that time to the 01 there of Hunter Conley. Three laps to go. It looks like that battle has been cooled down off turn 4. Glenn's going to see the sticks in the air. 2 laps to go here from the dirt track from Charlotte. 2 laps to go as he works down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Glenn Reinert has one heck of a lead over the field. There you see Hunter Conley still sitting there 2nd. Leighton Kramer is still 3rd. Surratt is 4th. Robelny's up to 5th. Final lap here for the United States Midget Association in the final race of the season from the Charlotte Dirt Track. And oh boy, here comes Hunter Conley. He had one last ditch effort off turn 4 though. It's going to be the 19. Glenn Reinert going to win the race with Conley 2nd. You see the Sim Necessities driver up and over. Kramer going to come home 3rd. Surratt is 4th with Igo in 5th. I believe Doug Ungari is going to be scored in your 6th spot with Matt Robelny up and over in 7th. Hobson going to come home in 8th, and Nicholas McGeethy 9th. Trey Schmidt rounds out the top 10 drivers. Timing and scoring going to scroll across the top of our screen here as we're going to step away from the mics to figure out everything that's going on here with the championship contenders here tonight. I believe Kyle Surratt, since he only finished 1 spot back here from Leighton Kramer, is going to walk away with your points championship. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to bring you all those stats to close out the season for these boys. and welcome back here to the Charlotte Dirt Track race fans. The race has been over for a handful of minutes, but we were gathering all the information since it was the championship race here for the United States Midget Association, and it came into tonight being a 6-point lead for one driver after we got out of the heat races and tallied up all those points for quick times and all that. It ended up being that Kyle Surratt went into the feature event with a 7-point lead over Leighton Kramer, and we're not going to spoil the fun for you just yet, but we do have Leighton Kramer here to talk to you. Leighton, a third-place finish here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. What could you have done better yet here tonight? Yeah, it seems like every once in a while when we get these little midgets to the bigger tracks, sometimes it causes a little bit of chaos for a couple of the drivers, but you did start inside the top 5. You started in the 4th starting spot. It seemed like you had a car that was capable of running with Glenn all night long as you ran second majority of this race, just weren't able to get around him. Hunter Conley came up and battled you there towards the end of this one. What did you think when you saw the Sim Necessities 01, that pink machine in your mirror? Did you think that he was going to really start to race you hard? He was trying to go for the JPA money, but you were trying to race for a championship.
Rainbow suit looking thing come at me. Then the yellow came out and he was still hitting me, turned me sideways, about spun me out going in a 3. That's definitely when I got up on the wheel and said, oh, okay, time to race, boys.
Yeah, so we hate to tell you, Leighton, viewers out there kind of missed your beginning of your interview there. Somebody here in the booth kind of forgot to turn your microphone on, but they did hear that little bit there about battling with the 01 Sim Necessities driver of Hunter Conley. All year, though, you had a great year all year. What more could you have done throughout the season to try and secure yourself a better position here going into the final race?
Yeah, definitely. My first and only real bad race this year was the last race at Limaland, where I threw a bar change at it to see what I could do, hoping the track would have slicked off a little more, and it didn't. It stayed hooked up, and I could not get a restart to save my ass. Every start, I'd plow. People had to pass me. There was black flags flying. I ended up flipping, took my first DNF. I just tucked my tail between my legs. So that definitely hurt me, I believe, as putting the whole season together. You know, with the USMA points, they're real narrow on the point spread. So hopefully next year we can get some more points going and start moving drivers around and jumping drivers around. That way it's not pretty much the same top 5, 10 the whole season long.
Well, Leighton, a third-place finish here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. Who do you got to thank all season to help you out on the 18 machine?
First off, I want to thank my teammates, all of them, Cody, Trey, Brandon, Derek, everybody else that helps with Team FRM getting it going. I want to thank Christian Stover Foundation. I want to thank Brandon Sutton from Topside Designs for all my paints this year, keeping it look fresh. And anybody else, USMA, Turn 3, JPA, Carson's Custom Baits, Sim Necessities. I still need one of them shock knobs, dude. I felt like if I could have got on my shocks a little easier, being with VR and all, I might have had something, but every time I'd adjust my shocks, it felt like the car was going away again.
Well, you could definitely head over to Sim Necessities and get yourself one of them. Hopefully season 2 for the little United States Midget Association. You have one of those knobs, you drive right to the front, you get around Glenn for the win here. But hey, Leighton, congratulations on the third place finish. We're not going to tell you who won what just yet here, but Leighton Kramer going to come home third here in the final race. I also did catch up with the Sim Necessities driver of Hunter Conley. Hunter, a second place finish here tonight. It's one of your best finishes of the year. You don't have a win at all here for the United States Midget Association, but how many times can you recall that you have gone to the back of the pack for the JPA Challenge?
If it wasn't every week, Roger, it was darn near almost every week. As you've coined, and now my girlfriend only refers to me as, whenever I come back from iRacing, I am the bridesmaid. And it's been a long season. I think if I wanted to race for the points championship, definitely could have been a real fun battle with Kyle and with Leighton. But I tried to get that money all season and came up just short a couple times. I think this is the 4th or 5th time I've come up just short. So it was just right there all season. I couldn't get it done.
Right there all season, just like the championship. You came into tonight not too far out of the championship. It was just a little bit too far outreached here with just one race left on the schedule. You came in, I believe it was 3rd. If I'm looking right, you were actually 19 points out, 19 points out of the championship hunt. Thinking back all season, out of all the runs you had quick times in qualifying, you had great heat races. What more could you have done? Maybe one less JPA back row challenge?
Yeah, I honestly think if I didn't run for the money all season, I could have definitely made a run for the championship. But the problem is it's gambling, man. I was trying to win that money, and every week it got bigger and bigger, and every week I went, you know what? Maybe this will be the week we get it. And then I'd race as hard as I could all race, and just come up short. So I mean, points wise, I was still getting good finishes, but I just wanted to get that money.
You wanted to get the money. That's all it was for the Sim Necessities driver here of Hunter Conley. Well, Hunter, a second place finish here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. It really seemed like you had a quick car since you went to the back, came to the front. Just come up short here, but hey, who do you got to give the shout outs for the all season to help out that Sim Necessities 01?
Yeah, I gotta thank Sim Necessities, Top Gun, PA Posse, Beer Hill Gang, Salt Flat Racing, Y Pipe Media, and UNOH.
Well, there you heard it from the man who came home just one spot short. He went to the back of the field here tonight, came through Hunter Conley in the 01, put on one heck of a show, just wasn't able to close the door at the end of this one. I also caught up with your race winner here tonight, Glenn. You stuck the number 19 in victory lane here for the first time with the United States Midget Association. How does it feel to be the first time winner here at the season finale from Charlotte?
Oh, it sure feels good. I want to thank USMA for putting these on. I really didn't know about the league until like 3 weeks ago, and I wish I would have, because a lot of tough competition, a lot of good guys in here.
Yeah, you say a lot of tough competition. You looked in your mirror all race long, or looked over your shoulder if you're in VR, and you saw Leighton Kramer in the 18, a strong competitor here with the United States Midget Association, and he's up front week in and week out. Were you worried at any point when you saw him behind you?
No, not at all. I knew Leighton would run me clean. I raced with Leighton a lot, and he's kind of like almost a team member to me, and we run together, like I said, all the time, and I knew that he wouldn't dirty me up, or I could run him clean, and we wouldn't have no issues.
Yeah, so you're going to bring home the 19 in the top position here from the Charlotte Dirt Track. I mean, you came into the season, like you said, just with 3 weeks left in the season. But what, other than this, what was probably your high point of the season?
Well, I wish I could have got the second there and went for that, or finished one with that heat race and tried to take that back road challenge, because I think I would have been fast enough to get back to the front there. Yeah,
what do you think about the JPA back road challenge here?
Yeah, I like it. It's a different idea, and sure helps promote, gives a couple extra dollars out to the guys that run hard every week. Yeah, that JPA masonry and concrete back road challenge, though, didn't get taken at all. Well, it got taken every race this year. Unfortunately, nobody was able to bring themselves to the front. The closest guy to ever finish would have been tonight. Hunter Conley came home second. Well, Glenn, it's your time to shine here. We're going to hand you the mic. Who helps you out on the 19 here at Charlotte? Well, I got with Tony Stewart Racing and Fatheads Eyewear, Man Miller Electric, Drew Neal 19 Designs does our paints. But yeah, I got to just thank my teammates and all the guys at TSR. They helped me get up to speed and help me stay fast and be fast. So, and like I said, once again, want to thank you for putting this on, and want to thank USMA for putting on the races.
Well, all you got to do is pick up your phone and call Tony himself. I'm sure he has a couple quick setups he's able to lend you here. But hey, congratulations tonight, Glenn. You are the race winner here from the Charlotte Dirt Track.
Thank you.
Well, now it's the time that everybody's been sticking around waiting for. It's the time that we unveil who is your champion here for the first season here for the United States Midget Association. Those rights are going to go to the number 13 here of Kyle Surratt. Kyle, it's been a long season. You've been up front most of it. You had the 13 in victory lane one time this year. 7 top 5s coming into tonight. That's going to give you 8 top 5s walking out of here, and you are the points champion. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good. I honestly, I had a pretty bad stretch there coming down to the end of the season. I got in a couple of wrecks. Luckily, each time I was able to land on my wheels and make a charge back to the front. Just seemed like after that first week, after the win at Eldora, that I couldn't get the monkey off my back. I finished second, I finished third, I finished fourth. Just couldn't seem to pull another one out, but staying consistent all year, was able to get me the championship here.
Yeah, consistency pays off. It definitely shows you when you have a season of 12 weeks and you just keep knocking them down and picking them up. That's exactly what you did. You had to do what you had to do all season long, and you did it. Tonight, you finished 4th here at Charlotte. That's exactly what you needed to do. You kept Leighton Kramer in your sights. Were you worried at all with only a 6-point lead coming into the night?
Well, honestly, about the middle of the race, I ran about as hard as I could, and I didn't have nothing for him. So the only thing that I could hope for, according to my math, was that Leighton didn't win the race, because I don't think I could have got to 3rd, which is where I would have needed to finish in order to, still win the championship. So luckily that worked out for me.
Yeah, you're going to walk away as the Season 1 champion here for the United States Midget Association. It's got to be something great. There's been no other champion here for the United States Midget Association, being that it is the first season. But Kyle, congratulations. It's been a long road to hoe here for the season. You come away as your points champion. Who helps you out on the 13 week in and week out? We know you got some guys that help you out over there on the 13 camp.
First I'd like to thank Maverick Motorsports. They brought me on about halfway through the season. The rest of the guys over there, they don't really race midgets. I'm pretty much the only contingent they have in any midget racing. They help me out with some setups and stuff and other cars. I'd also like to thank Jim Revis at Evil One Graphics for this, what I believe is a stunning paint job on this car. My buddy Tommy Rogers at TNT Auto Source. You got any automotive needs down in the greater St. Louis area, make sure you look him up. He's got good service, and if you want the job done right, he's the guy to see.
Well, once again, congratulations to Kyle Surratt, as he is the Season 1 champion here for the United States Midget Association. The rest of your timing and scoring throughout the night has been scrolling across the top of your screen. Find your favorite driver. We hope he finished somewhere in a good position. Tonight, though, Glenn Reinert going to come home the winner. Hunter Conley second, with Leighton Kramer trying to do everything he could do to take home the points championship away from Kyle Surratt. But a 3rd place finish for Kramer, not good enough to surpass the hard, strong charger of Kyle Surratt. He came home 4th, and he took home your championship here for the United States Midget Association. Once again, here to close out the season, though, Shank Designs being your premier sponsor here for the United States Midget Association. Head on over to Shank Designs on Facebook. Talk to Jason himself. Get all the design work you need done by Shank Designs. Also, you can head on over to Carson's Custom Baits if you're going fishing. He's got what you need to head out onto the lake. JPA, got to give a shout out to them. They definitely stepped up this year, bringing the back row challenge. And, well, nobody was able to take home the money from the JPA back row challenge. So we'll have to see how that all plays out next season with them. Also, theben.com. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't go to theben.com, it's not your mom's favorite website then. And they say it is, so your mom's definitely checking out theben.com. So you should too. Sim Necessities, you heard Leighton Kramer talk about how he wished he had a shock adjuster. Well, you can head on over to Sim Necessities. You can get one of those shock adjusters, and you can come out here on to the iRacing servers and mess around with it. It's definitely something that if you're a sim nerd, that's exactly what you need. Head on over to Sim Necessities, get yourself a button box, get yourself a shock adjuster, head out onto the track. Well, for everybody here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, along with the United States Midget Association, we are glad you tuned in here to watch tonight and hope that you watch the whole entire season. If not, go ahead and watch them back. They're definitely out there to watch. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, Roger Muth here in the booth for the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to sign off. We will catch you next season here with the United States Midget Association right on here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.